By the mid-14th century, a shadow moved across continents. In a single generation, the Black Death would wipe out a third or more of entire populations, topple institutions, and reshape daily life. This is the story of how a microscopic bacterium altered history. Scholars point to origins in Central Asia and the steppe regions. From remote trading hubs and mobile populations, the bacterium Yersinia pestis found the pathways both animal and human that would carry it far from its birthplace. At the center of the crisis was Yersinia pestis, a bacterium capable of infecting multiple hosts. Invisible to the medieval eye, it would be identified centuries later, but long before that, its effects were unmistakable and catastrophic. Transmission relied on tiny intermediaries. Fleas feeding on infected rodents carried the bacterium and jumped to humans. Urban rats and their infestations became unwitting accomplices in a lethal chain of transmission. Long-distance trade caravans across the steppe, merchant ships across the Mediterranean, turned local outbreaks into global catastrophe. People, goods, and vermin crossed borders faster than containment efforts could respond. The most infamous sign was the bubo, a swollen, painful lymph node. High fever, chills, and bleeding could follow. To observers, the disease often appeared swift and merciless, leaving no time for elaborate care. Many victims deteriorated quickly. Where symptoms began as localized swellings, they could become systemic, leading to septicemia, hemorrhaging, and death within days. The speed of decline terrified communities. Burial practices shifted. With deaths mounting, mass graves and hasty interments became common. Clergy, civic officials, and families strained to keep rituals alive amid overwhelming loss. Markets emptied, shops closed, and essential services faltered. Fear and illness meant fewer hands to work fields, maintain sanitation, or run hospitals, a feedback loop that deepened the crisis. The human toll translated into major economic upheavals. Labor shortages shifted bargaining power toward workers. Some estates failed, and social structures bent under the pressure. New economic realities sowed seeds for long-term change. Medieval society tried many responses. Quarantines at city gates, isolation of the sick, herbal concoctions, and the iconic beaked garb of plague doctors. Religious movements surged, as people sought meaning and protection. Centuries later, science traced the pathogen in ancient DNA and identified Yersinia pestis. Discoveries by bacteriologists and advances like antibiotics transformed medicine and public health, though the Black Death's lessons about preparedness still resonate. The Black Death reshaped the world in ways both tragic and transformative. While myths persist, modern research gives clarity. Disease, environment, and society are entwined. The past warns and instructs us for the future.